All right, awesome. This might be fantastic. It's finally cool enough where I'm not going to die trying to film outside. So this is going to be a quick, hopefully kind of quick little sequence to get you warmed up for whatever you're wanting to do. If you want to add this into a lifting program that you have going on, or if you just want to do it to feel a little bit looser, I'm going to try and keep it quick and not too boring. We want to get started on our backs. We always want to start warming up the spine to begin with. That's the most important part of anything, really, is keeping that spine nice and healthy. So let's get started on our backs. I'm going to pretend like you guys have no idea. Oh, I've got rose petals on my feet. I've got pink feet now. Don't mind that. All right, so we're going to get started on our backs. If you want to take that Supta Baddha Konasana to start to get an early hip opener, you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let those knees open up wide. Just lie back. Get comfortable. Let it feel good. Sometimes you can feel some pressure on the low back in this Supta Baddha Konasana. If you feel that, just have the legs long, arms long, whatever works for you. Be comfortable, getting settled. Maybe bring the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the belly, just so you can connect with the breath. Feel the breath rise and fall. Feel that heart rate start to slow down. Just take a moment, maybe showing some gratitude for your health, for today, for your life, all the good things in the world. Focus on the good, focus on the joy. It's hard sometimes. Take a deep breath in together, fill all the way up, let the belly expand. Open the mouth, let it go. Now let's start to find some movement. I don't want to get too boring. Let's bring the knees together, closing the knees like a book. And let's all bring our knees into the chest. If your legs were long, bring them up. Wrap your fingers or wrap your hands around your shins. Maybe interlace the fingers, maybe grab the wrists, but just squeeze into a tight ball here to show yourself some love. And maybe start rocking yourself from side to side, massaging out that low back, letting this feel good. Keep that head and neck heavy on the mat. We're not curling up into a ball. Just massaging out that low back, maybe drawing some circles with the knees, going in one direction, go in the opposite direction. Finding that movement that feels good to you. Let's come back to center, starting with our supine twist. Leave those knees at a 90-degree angle. Again, head and neck stay heavy. Arms come out to a T or cactus them. Take an inhale at center. As you exhale, let the knees drop over towards the left. Try to keep both shoulders grounded as much as you can here. Maybe that left hand comes to the outside of that right knee. Maybe you gaze over at that right thumb. Don't force anything. Just let this twist feel good. Every inhale, that belly button coming in and up, finding that length in the spine. Every exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Take another breath. And let's inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, let the knees drop over towards the right. Once more, both shoulders stay grounded as much as you can. Maybe that right hand comes to the outside of the left knee this time. Maybe you gaze over at that left thumb, finding this nice twist here. It feels so good. Once more, every inhale, the belly button comes in and up, finding that length. Every exhale, twist a little deeper. On your next inhale, both knees come back to center. Take a few more rocks from side to side. Let's inhale, take a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, point through the fingers, point through the toes, slight arch in the low back. As you exhale, bring that right knee into the chest. Interlace the hands, wrap the hands around that right shin, pull that right shin nice and tight. Let's start wobbling that knee back and forth, waking up this hip here. Left leg stays long, maybe taking some circles in both directions. Come back to center, finding stillness. Let's bring that right hand to the right knee. Left hand comes to the left hip. We're going to try to keep that left side body grounded here as we open up this right side. So you can stay here. If you have more flexibility, maybe grab for that right big toe with right peace sign fingers. Maybe you just extend that leg, holding onto the back of the calf. Take however deep of a stretch you want here. I'm going to keep my knee bent. Let's take an inhale to start. Exhale, gently press that right knee open towards the right, getting this hip opener. Keep that left side body down. That left hand is on the hip to remind you to keep it down. Take a breath. Nice, easy stretch here. Let's bring that right knee back to center. Switch hands. Grab the outside of that right knee with the left hand. Extend that right arm out long. Take an inhale. As you exhale, pull that right knee over towards the left, rolling over onto that left hip. Maybe gazing over at that right thumb. Try to keep that right shoulder grounded. Checking in here, finding this deep twist. Let's come back to center and let's all extend that right leg up towards the sky. Flex into that right foot. Maybe just interlace your hands behind that left thigh. So this could possibly just be enough of a stretch for you. Just really pressing that heel up high, trying to straighten that leg. If you want to go deeper, start to crawl the hands up towards the back, up the back of that right leg, towards the ankle, maybe towards the ball of the foot. Stay here. If you want to go deeper, maybe lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Bring your nose towards your knee. Take a breath here. Don't force anything. Just let it feel good. Find that stretch. Let's release that out. Inhale, take another full body stretch. Exhale, left knee comes into the chest. Wrap the fingers around that left shin. Wobble that knee back and forth. Take those circles in both directions. Let's come back to center. Right hand comes to that right hip. Left hand comes to the inside of that left knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, open that left knee out to the side. Right side body stays grounded. Breathe into this opening here. Let's bring that left knee back to center. Right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. Left arm goes long. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently pull that left knee over towards the right, rolling onto that right hip. Left shoulder stays grounded, maybe gazing over at that left thumb. Take an inhale, finding that length. Exhale, maybe twisting deeper. Let's bring that left knee back to center and let's all extend that left heel up towards the sky, pressing through it, flexing into that left foot, pressing the back of that left knee towards the top of the mat, really straightening into the leg here. Now you can stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you and maybe start crawling up that leg. Take this where you want to take it. Do what feels good to you here. Don't force anything. Let it feel good. Take an extra breath. And let's release that inhale. Take another full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Point through the fingers. Point through the toes. Exhale. Bring both knees into the chest. Let's start taking those rock and rolls long ways up and down the spine. Take 3 or 4 big rocks. Have control of the body. Use that core strength. Maybe the feet don't touch. Maybe don't use your hands. And when you're done, cross at the ankles. Sit in a nice, comfortable seated position, preparing for some side stretches. And from here, we're going to really you can sit with your legs crossed if that's comfortable for you. Maybe you're on your knees. Maybe your legs are long, whatever works for you here. Just try to stay as grounded as possible. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, right hand comes down to that right side. Left arm reaches overhead. Really roll that left shoulder open. Chest opens up. Maybe gaze up, drawing that right forearm down towards the mat. Keep that left sit bone grounded. Breathing into the left side of the rib cage here. Feeling that expansion in the rib cage. Let's inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up, look up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over. Roll that right shoulder open. Chest opens up. Maybe gaze up. Right sit bone stays down. Left forearm reaches towards the mat. Inhale, reach both arms up. One more time each side. Exhale, right hand down, left arm over. Breathe into that rib cage. Let it feel good. Inhale, back to center. Reach up. Find that nice long spine. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over, reach. Keep that right sit bone grounded. Maybe gaze up. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, we're going to interlace the hands, press the palms towards the sky. Find that length. We're going to open up the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring those hands right in front of the face. Keep those hands interlaced as much as you can, pressing those palms away. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands come back down in front of the face, just fighting that shoulder mobility, lubricating the joints here. Inhale, back up, maybe going a little bit deeper, further back. Exhale, come back down. This time, as we come back up on our inhale, finding that length, we're going to release and find a twist on our exhale. So we're going to exhale, twist towards the right. Grab that right knee with the left hand. Right hand plants nice and close to you. Maybe you're on spider tip fingers to find that nice tall spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, look over that right shoulder if you can. Every inhale, sit up a little bit taller. Every exhale, twist a little deeper. Let's inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up, look up. Exhale, twist to the left. Grab that left knee with the right hand. Plant that left hand nice and close to you. Inhale to sit up a little bit taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Let's inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up, look up. Exhale, hands come down in front of you, finding our tabletop, preparing for our cat and cows. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Nice sturdy tabletop here. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, point the tailbone up towards the sky, pulling the chest through the biceps, squeeze up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, press the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, really exaggerate it. Press through the palms, spread out those shoulder blades. Continue on with this move with your breath. Take whatever other movement feels good to you here. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Take big circles with the body. You can roll the neck around, modified child's pose, modified cobra, coming forward. Maybe flip the fingertips back towards the knees to stretch out the wrists. Just be gentle on the wrists if you do so. Taking your time here. Let's come back to our neutral spine. And let's find our first downward facing dog. We're going to move through plank. So let's step the right foot back, find your plank and hold it. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders. The heels are right over the balls of the feet. Shift forward slightly if you need to. Really pressing through the palms, rounding in between the shoulder blades, belly buttons in and up, next an extension of the spine. Hold it. Lift the hips, make that upside down V shape. Downward facing dog. Take whatever adjustments that you need. Maybe shifting the hips from side to side, pedaling out the knees here, pedaling out the feet. Hips are, heels are melting towards the mat. Chest is pressing towards the thighs. Head and neck are heavy. Gaze is behind you, either in between the ankles or towards the belly button. Your choice, whatever feels good to you. Pressing through the index fingers and the thumbs, belly buttons in and up. Sucking in that low belly so that the breath is directed into the upper back, really broadening through the shoulders. Slight tuck in the tailbone to help press those heels down a little bit further. Armpits pressing towards the mat. Take another breath here. Find some stillness. This is not an easy posture if you're new to yoga, but it's a very strong posture. Let's gaze up in between the hands. Slowly make your way to the top of the mat. Once your feet meet your hands, let's take a hanging ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, let the upper body just hang. You can sway from side to side, shift the hips back and forth. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Bend into one knee, into the other knee, just gently rocking side to side. Be nice to the body, easy to the body. Let's release the hands towards the mat. Put a little more weight into the balls of the feet, finding that alignment of the hips over the heels. Keep a micro bend in the knees here as you inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Fingertips come to the shins. Exhale, fold. And let's slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are last. Coming to our mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms face forward, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Standing nice and tall, slight tuck in the tailbone, chest is lifted, crown of the head reaches high. Let's inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Let's inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step that right foot back. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes, reach the arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You're down and forward in the hips. Shoulders are away from the ears, chest is lifted, arms are reaching high. Check in. You want that left knee right over that left heel. That right leg is long behind you. Take an inhale, come out of it a bit. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Hands come down to the mat. Tuck the back toes. We're going to step back into our high plank. Shift forward on the toes, lower knees, chest and chin come to a hover. Bottom stays high, elbows stay tight. Untuck the toes, slither forward, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, drop the left knee, untuck the toes, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, down and forward in the hips. Arms are reaching high, shoulders are away from the ears. Check in with your alignment. Inhale, come out of it a bit. Exhale, sink a little deeper. So good for the hips. Bring the hands down to the mat, back foot steps forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up, other side. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step that left foot back. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, down and forward. This time it's come to a half split. Bring that hands down to frame out that right foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten through that right leg. Maybe flex those right toes up towards the sky. Keep those hips square. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Take whatever variation you want, however deep you can get it. Maybe you still have a deep bend in that knee. Find your stretch, whatever works for you. Let's fold. Take an inhale, find length. Exhale, fold again. Let's bend back into that right knee. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Shift forward on the toes, lower knees, chest and chin come to a hover, bottom stays high. Keep those elbows tight. Untuck the toes, slither forward, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, drop the right knee, untuck the toes, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, down and forward. Check in here, take an inhale, come out. Exhale, sink again, hands come down for that half split. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Take an inhale, find your length. Exhale, go a little deeper. Let's bend back into that left knee, plant the hands, step the back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. One Sun'e Vinyasa. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your high plank and pause. Check in. Heels are over the balls of the feet, shoulders are over the wrists or slightly beyond the wrist. Shift forward slightly. Press through the palms, round in between the shoulder blades. So strong, hold it. Let's come down halfway, chaturanga, elbows press into the ribs. Pause halfway, protect those shoulders. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog. Shins and thighs stay lifted, pressing into the tops of the feet. Chest is pulling through the biceps, shoulders are away from the ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal out the feet, shift them from side to side. Now let's go ahead and get started straight from here. Let's inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, drop the left knee, untuck the toes, half split. Again, right hip pulls back, left hip forward. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold again. Let's bend back into that right knee, coming into a runner's lunge. Tuck those left toes, lift that left knee up. Crawl those fingertips forward. We're going to step that left foot behind the right foot, coming into an IT band stretch. So maybe you need to be here. Maybe you're just folding. Bring a bend into the right knee. If you can reach, maybe just reach the hands down if you have that balance. If your hands can come down, that's great too, but we're bringing a pretty good bend into that right knee, and we're going to start reaching. Maybe you're just twisting the body that way. Maybe you're reaching with the hands on the ground. Over towards the right. Press the hips towards the left. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold again, maybe a little deeper. Take your variation, whatever you can get from this. Bring those hands back to center. Release that left foot from behind the right foot. Lift it up about parallel to hip level. Come to the fingertips to help start finding your balance. Bring the hands to heart center. Slowly rise up, bringing that left knee forward, finding your drishti, your focal point, your non-moving object. Left knee comes forward. Cross it over, figure four, sink it low. Flex into that left foot. Keep the chest lifted. Hands are at heart center. Hips are sinking down. You're sitting in that imaginary chair there. Pause, really opening up that hip. From here, we're going to come back up. Left knee comes forward. Pause, find your balance. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, airplane pose. Sweep those arms behind you. That left heel reaches back. Have those toes pointed or flexed, whatever feels good to you. Keep yourself strong, whatever works. Palms face each other. Your shoulders and hips are square towards the mat. Slight up dog in the chest. Hold it. For another 3, 2, 1. Slowly step back into that high crescent lunge. You're on the ball, that left foot. Deep bend in that right knee. Arms reach up. So much stability and strength in the knees here. Take another breath. And we're going to find a warrior 2. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop that left heel down behind you. Open up to your warrior 2. Now your hips are opening. Tuck that tailbone down. Belly button's in and up. That right heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Strong, deep bend here. Arms are open and strong. Gazes over that right middle finger. Pause. Hands come to heart center. Skandasana, or deep side lunge towards the back of the mat. So if you can't do the Skandasana, you can always bring the hands down and keep that right foot planted. Just find a deep side lunge in that right leg. Working on the Achilles flexibility, opening up the hips once more. If you can come all the way down, flex those right toes up towards the ceiling or the sky. Take a breath here. And we're going to bring the hands down towards the mat. Walk the hands in between the legs, wide-legged forward fold. Adjust the feet however you need to. The feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Start with the hands in front of the face for a halfway lift. Feel free to have a bend in the knees. Totally fine. It's actually better for some stretches. Maybe rock forward on the balls of the feet. So we're going to inhale, find some length, halfway lift. Exhale, crown of the head reaches towards the mat, wherever that might be for you. Find your variation, your wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath. And let's crawl those hands back out in front of the face. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gaze over that right shoulder. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. We're going to crawl that right foot towards the edge of the mat, finding a lizard lunge. You're on the ball of the left foot now. Finding your lizard lunge, nice and strong. Deep bend in that right knee. Hips stay low. You can keep that left knee lifted here. If you want to go deeper, drop the left knee down. Untuck the toes. Maybe press that right knee away, coming to the blade side of that right foot. Twist that right shoulder open, gaze behind you. If you want to go even deeper, you can find a quad stretch, reaching back for that left foot with the right hand. Wherever you want to go here. Let's release whatever variation you took. Right hand comes back down. Tuck those left toes. Lift that left knee up. Malasana, yogi squat. Step it forward. Left foot comes to the outside of the left hand. Heels are in, toes are out. Toes are going in the same direction as the knees. Hips sink, but you're still having control, engaging that pelvic floor. Hands come to heart center. Press those knees open. Lift through the chest. Take an inhale. Hold it here. If you want to take this deeper, bring the hands down to the mat. Keep pulling those knees away, still engaging that pelvic floor. Crawl those fingertips forward. Find this deep hip opener here. Let's crawl those hands back. Plant the hands. We're going to slowly straighten the legs. Bring those feet parallel, but keep that wide stance. Let's take a hanging ragdoll with this wide stance here. Grabbing opposite elbows, letting the upper body just hang from or sway from side to side. Shift those back and forth. Letting it feel good. Release the hands towards the mat. We're going to heel to those feet back in. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Look up. Other side. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, vinyasa. Step back into your high plank. Continue exhaling as you lower into your chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale for your up dog or baby cobra. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. We're dropping that right knee, untucking the toes. Half split, straighten into that left leg. Don't forget, pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Hips stay nice and square, maybe flexing the toes up. Inhale to find some length. Exhale, fold again. Let's bend back into that left knee. We're crawling those hands forward, lifting that right knee up, finding our IT band stretch, stepping that right foot behind the left foot, bend into that left knee. A nice deep bend, not just a micro bend, a little deeper. Maybe your hands are on your hips, maybe you're just hanging. We're gonna twist over towards the left, pressing the hips towards the right. You'll feel the stretch in the side of the right leg this time. So basically from the hip down to the outside of the knee. That's your IT band. Let's walk the hands back to center. Come to that L stance to release that right foot from behind the left. Come to the fingertips to find that balance. Hands come to heart center. Slowly rise up. Bring that right knee forward. Cross it over. Figure four. Sink it low. Find that drishti, your focal point. Find that stability. Pressing into that left big toe for balance. Flexing into that right foot. Hands are at heart center. Your hips are sinking low. Really feeling this hip opening, probably in the back of that right leg. Back in the glute there. Hold it. And then we're going to come up, bring that right knee forward. Find that balance. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, airplane. Hinge, reach behind you. Lift through that right heel. Slight up dog in the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Have those toes pointed or flexed. Slight up dog in the chest. Palms face each other. Pause. For another 3, 2, 1. Slowly step back. High crescent lunge. High on the ball. That right foot. Deep bend in that left knee. So strong. So good for the knee. Strengthening all the tendons and connective tissue. Preparing for our warrior 2. Take an inhale. Exhale. Drop that right heel down. Open up. Check in. Left heel goes straight in line with the arch of that right foot. Tuck the tailbone. Belly buttons in and up. Your shoulders are right over the hips. You're not this way or this way. You're straight up and down. Arms are strong. Shoulders are strong. Gaze over the left middle finger. Hands come to heart center. Skandasana or deep side lunge towards the back. Take your time. Take your variation. Maybe the hands are down. Maybe you're here. Whichever way works for you, find your stretch. Keeping in a healthy Achilles tendon. You guys know what that means. Keeping those healthy knees. Opening up the hips here. The groin is getting a good stretch here. Always opening the hips. Take another breath wherever you are, maybe sinking a little deeper. Bring the hands down. Finding that wide-legged forward fold. Hands come in between the legs. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale for a halfway lift. This time, if you'd like, interlace the hands behind the low back. Press the palms together. Inhale. Exhale, crown of the head reaches towards the mat. The fists can stay at the base of the spine or let them drop overhead. Put a little more weight into the balls of the feet. Micro bend in those knees. Breathe. Feeling that chest opening, that shoulder opener. And let's bring the fists back to the base of the spine. Release them out. Let them drizzle down the backs of the legs, coming down in front of you. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, look over that left shoulder. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat. Lizard lunge on this side. You're on the ball of that right foot. That left foot's all the way out to the edge. Deep bend in that left knee. Now you can stay here or drop that right knee, untuck the toes. Maybe press that left knee away. Come to the blade side of that left foot. Gaze over that left shoulder. Maybe go for that quad stretch. Reach back for the right foot. Open up the chest. Gaze behind you. Release that option if you took it. Coming back to that original lizard lunge. Our yogi squat, we're going to step it forward. Heels in, toes out, sink the hips. Hands come to heart center. Press those knees away. Pause. Just breathe here. If you want to take that deeper stretch once more, maybe you didn't try it the first time, maybe you want to go for it now. Crawling those fingertips forward. Keep pulling those knees back. Hold it. Draw those hands back towards you. And let's bring those hands down as gracefully as you can. Bring the hips down. I never do that very gracefully. But if you know me, you know I don't do very much gracefully. We're going to come into our cobbler's pose. We're cooling it down, finishing up. You guys have work to do. Time to get back to it. Just finish up the stretch. I highly recommend pausing at the end. We're not pausing the video, but joining me in a Shavasana. Just take a minute or 3 to yourself. So first, let's find our way there. We're going to find our cobbler's pose to start. Another hip opener, because you know how much I love them. So we're going to start with a nice flat back for this first fold. As you fold, you're going to use those elbows to press the knees down. So we're going to hold on to the feet, find a nice long spine. We're lifting through the chest, keeping the back as straight as you can. So you're going to keep that chin lifted. So you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, press those knees away as you hinge that nice long straight spine, gazing forward. You're probably not going to get very far because of the straight spine. That's okay. Inhale, come out of it a bit. Maybe go a little bit deeper on the exhale. Now this time, let's take a little bit of a different pose. So let's make it more of a space in between the heels and the hips. So this time we're going to open up the feet like a book. Bring the thumbs on the insides of the feet. We're going to curl the spine this time. So start with an inhale, still pressing the knees away with the elbows. Exhale, curl the spine. Bring the forehead in towards the bottoms of the feet. Let's inhale, come out of it a bit. Exhale, maybe go again. Now let's come up. We're going to find our happy baby because we always have to end with a happy baby for our athletes. We're going to slowly hold on to the outside of the feet. I still don't have this down right. If you can do this slowly and gracefully, I'd love to see you do it. So we're going to roll down. Ugh, that wasn't too bad. Find your happy baby. Knees come towards the outside of the body. You're holding on to the insides or outsides of the feet. I like to hold on to the outside of the feet, just personal preference, that's all. Trying to keep the entire spine connected to the mat. Head and neck stay heavy. Just really relaxing out here. Move your rock from side to side. Straighten into one leg at a time, maybe both. Just really releasing out, finding that happy place. Maybe a smile comes across your face because you're in happy baby. Maybe a smile just comes to your heart. Just enjoy how you feel, everything you just did for your body, for the health of your body. Let's all bring our knees back into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze into a tight ball. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze a little harder. We're going to hold it at the top. Take one more sip of air. Exhale, release out long for your Shavasana. Arms long, legs long. Close your eyes. Take a moment to yourself and just breathe. Listen to your breath. I'll let you continue your Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, morning, or night. The light and love in me honors, sees, respects the light and love in every single one of you with so much gratitude, loving kindness. Namaste.